an important update on these new crib safety standards for cribs. They've gotten their first revisions in 30 years, and ABC's Elizabeth Leamy joins us from Washington with a look at how they're working. Eli, you actually went inside the crib lab.
I sure did, George. Here's how things were. 32 babies had died and 11 million cribs had been recalled when the CPSC took action. So the new standards are a huge improvement. Now, not only do cribs have to be sturdier, they have to be tested to prove it.
It's the secret lab that tests every square inch of your baby's crib.
The majority of their day is spent inside the crib.
Delta Children's Products President Joe Shamie says he can't sleep at night unless he knows babies are sleeping safely in his company's cribs.
A crib is the one product where you're going to put your child to sleep and leave the room.
That's why Delta puts its cribs through a series of punishing tests.
Over here we have our crib shaker test. 72,000 times we are shaking this crib back and forth, trying to see if any screw loosens up. If a screw loosens up, we fail.
So this would be the toddler from hell test? Is that what you call it?
That's correct. This is Bam Bam on speed.
And if Bam Bam the baby is a jumper, test 2 is a mattress support test just for that.
This is simulating a 45-pound baby jumping up and down 3,000 times.
Test 3, 30 pounds of hammering ensures the crib won't fall apart if older brothers and sisters climb in. But can the rail withstand an even greater weight? That's test 4.
In this particular case, we're trying to emulate a parent putting their foot up and leaning over and talking to their child. We hang the crib, and then we add 100 pounds to the side, and we let it hang.
Test 5 is just in case you've given birth to a bionic baby.
This is the Bam Bam. We're going to hang 80 pounds on each one of the slats to make sure that they are strong. Okay. Make sure that Bam Bam doesn't pull at those slats and break them.
They even have a sort of invisible test to check for lead and other heavy metals.
This is a product that will keep your child safe and give you years of comfort. $120. People spend that much money on a pair of sneakers.
Since June, all new cribs have been required to undergo testing like this. So it pains Joe to think of all the parents who put their children in old, used cribs.
That is the #1 issue facing the industry. Parents buy used cribs from eBay to Craigslist to just a thrift shop. That is the most unsafe thing you can do for your child.
Not prepared to take his word for it since he sells cribs? Then listen to a parent who's been through it.
My son was caught by the neck between the oak headboard and the side rail, and he suffocated. It's a very horrific experience.
In fact, it's now illegal to sell old, outdated cribs, and yet we easily found hundreds for sale on the internet. So we bought a couple. We wanted to see how they would withstand today's rigorous testing. First, the slat test.
It's a totally different story if you test an older, illegal crib like this. Go for it. Okay, now that's what you don't want to see. It's splintered up here. This slat came down. This is damaged.
Now the rail test. After pounding on this crib just 35 times, the support hardware breaks free. That's why there are new standards and new tests to make sure babies and their parents can rest easy.
And of course, crib manufacturers can really only do so much, and then they hand off responsibility to the parents, George.
But Eli, what are the biggest mistakes that parents then make?
Parents do make some critical mistakes, like assembling cribs incorrectly, using aftermarket hardware, even duct tape, putting cribs near cords. Things like these window blind cords that a baby can strangle on, power cords. Some people even put the baby monitor right next to the crib. Don't do that. And putting too many things in the crib. You don't want any soft toys, no blankets. Even these crib bumpers have come under fire. The safest thing is a clean crib environment, George.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, Eli, thanks very much. We have a lot more tips on crib safety at our website, abcnews.com/GMA.